This week I got Pandemic Legacy. It came out 2 days ago on Tuesday, which I think I might be everywhere, but at least that's where it was in my local gaming store. By local gaming store, I mean the one that's just like 10 doors down the road. I guess I live very close to a board game shop. It's entirely coincidental. This generally was the best flat we looked at, so yeah, that's purely coincidental. So brand spanking new game, Pandemic Legacy. For anyone who doesn't know what Pandemic Legacy is, do look it up, but beware of spoilers. Yes, I said spoilers, because Pandemic Legacy is not a regular sort of game. There's now two games in the Legacy series, Pandemic and Risk. Risk Legacy is also really good, but obviously Risk is a combat game. This is a cooperative game in the vein of Pandemic. But I haven't played it yet, so I don't know really anything about it. I will review it, but only after I've played it. But how it works is the game itself will alter as it goes on. So things will happen and the board will change, and you put stickers and you'll tear cards up, and just the game will change as it goes on. So every game will have consequences that lead on to the next game. I don't know how else to explain it. So yeah, there is like a progressive story of the game that will be unique to everyone who plays, because people will alter the game. Different players will alter the game in different ways. So it's and Risk is the same way. Risk is the same way. It has packages that you open at certain times when you do certain things, and you place stickers on the board. In Risk, you build cities and things like that in your territories, so that territories become more valuable, or you bomb territories so they become less valuable, or just things like that. Pandemic Legacy, again, I don't know. I don't really know what happens in Pandemic Legacy because I haven't played it yet. But those are the Legacy games now. It's just those two at the moment. But yeah, they are a really fantastic idea. Risk Legacy was really, really cool. I mean, it is ultimately just Risk, but the sort of the progression of it is really interesting, and you never know what's going to happen next. And it varies enough. It starts out kind of Risk really, but it gets very varied, and it just gets really interesting. I don't tend to spontaneously buy games so much, just because my collection's already quite big, and it doesn't really need. I've got I can sustain gaming groups for quite a while, but there are games that come out like Batman, Gotham City Strategy, and now Pandemic Legacy that I hear about in advance, because I try to keep active online, and I just know I just want them. I knew I wanted Pandemic Legacy as soon as I heard of it, wherever it was, months ago or whenever it was announced, and so I set some money aside and think, well, I knew I was gonna get it basically as soon as it came out, and I did. I got the red one. You might notice it came out in red and blue. Apparently there's no difference. It's just that if you had two copies, you could differentiate between them if you were playing two different campaigns, because they are unique. You could buy two copies and play with two different groups and see what happens. But yeah, I got the red one just because redness. There aren't currently really any other games that I want. I mean, there's a lot of games that I want, but there's nothing that's like, oh, I must have this. I really want Cthulhu Wars, which, if anybody knows, is this ridiculous game that came out with these enormous minifigures, like Cthulhu's like that big, but because it's got such big plastic pieces, it's quite expensive. So I don't have that because it's so ridiculously expensive. The thing is about it is, if it came out with a cheaper version, like with little miniatures or cardboard standees or something, and it was cheaper, yeah, you could get it, but you're always thinking like, oh, I could have got the cool version. So I think that's something that's just going to have to be figured out later. So I'll be playing Pandemic Legacy at the weekend. In the lead up, I'm going to record a review of Pandemic in a bit. I haven't done a board game review for a little while, and it just seems logical to just do it that way, because I'll probably review Pandemic Legacy when I get a chance after having played. Also planning a board game thing. I'm working quite solidly. Let's explain. So I was on a short film a couple of weeks ago that looked like this. And then starting next Monday, I'm on a independent feature film, a comedy, which I'll talk about probably in more detail, and I'll have some footage and pictures and things from that at some point. And that's going to be pretty solid me for a few weeks then. From Monday, doing 6 days a week for a little while. So I've not got much free time. I do have Halloween off, so I will be planning probably something at my house, probably board game related. Just because I don't want to be up late, and I'm going to be finishing probably late the night before, and early the next day. So I want to just do something sort of small and relaxed. And I'm not really a going out type of person anyway. I'm much more of a house party type of person. So I'll be arranging something here, I'm sure. In addition to that, I'm going to be missing Comic Con just because I'll be working. pretty solid. And yeah, so that's kind of a shame. But I've kind of been there the last few times, and I've been sporadically a little bit. But yeah, I've been there in a kind of working capacity the last few times, which has been interesting and fun. Still working on my feature. I'll be looking to put together some sort of read through, which I'll probably record, but probably not. Maybe in the new year now. I don't know how much time I'm going to have between now and Christmas to do anything. But yeah, no, probably at some point then. The Fate game I was running hasn't really worked out. Just been very difficult to get everyone together, or even a significant. It doesn't have to be everyone, but just a significant portion of the group together has proved quite tricky. So I don't know how that's going to continue. I've got the write up, which I'm still working on, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But all in all, that's my update for this week. I will get on and record the pandemic review whilst I've got some time. And thank you for watching. Do check out my other videos. This has been another this week's video. I don't know how well I'll be able to do this when shooting starts next week. I'll do my best. But yes, no, thanks for watching. Check out my other stuff. Look at my board game reviews because I'm about to record another one. And please enjoy. Find me on Twitter and Facebook, and the link's in the description below. Thank you. The end.